Look, there are different views on what happened on October 7, but the thing is, the violence of that day, which was brutal for the Israelis, but that brutality was also, there were fabrications attached to it, like the mass rape and other horror stories.
In the West, the mainstream media has replicated and amplified the lies we have heard. And I said, sometimes I look at politicians and journalists who have repeated lies. But what's the need to talk about mass rapes? There is no evidence of rape.
On October the 11th last year, you said on X, Hamas's crimes, including rape, have not been confirmed. And you said that divulging information about the perpetration of rape by Hamas risks to escalate tensions and endanger lives in a volatile context. Now, a report from the UN in March of this year said there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence, including rape and gang rape, occurred across multiple locations of Israel and the Gaza periphery during the attacks on 7th of October. Do you now accept that they happened?
I prefer to rely on the report on the two reports issued this year by the Commission of Inquiry, because unlike the Patel's report, the Special Representative of the Secretary General went to Israel, didn't interview any victims, made very controversial statements. I respect her, but at the same time, I respect the findings of a fact-finding body whose job is to collect evidence. If rape occurred, it should have been investigated, prosecuted, and the responsible people
but the
should be
UN
held to
says
justice.
it did happen.
No, the point is, no,
you
the
work
UN
at the UN.
said, no, the UN, the UN is there are political appointees and then human rights appointees. And the Commission of Inquiry concluded that in June, that there was no evidence to support the claims of gang rape. But let's assume, I don't want to say anything that I've not investigated, so let's assume that rape occurred. So
I just want to ask you about this Denier project report. They're now saying there's evidence sexual violence was widespread and systematic on October 7, especially around the Nova Music Festival. I just want to get your reaction to that.
Look, I cannot comment on this report, which is the first time I hear of. However, there has been an investigation of the Commission of Inquiry on Israel-Palestine about what happened on October 7. And it's been very difficult for the Commission of Inquiry to access the victims. I've read other reports written by including Israeli sources, Physicians for Human Rights, who have backtracked from what they said in the beginning. So, of course, I cannot pronounce myself on violence that I don't know of. If it has occurred, of course it deserves justice. There is no question about that.